Good afternoon, it's Jan from Twink Stamping. Come along today to show you a card that I've made. I've been back in the studio for a few weeks now and gradually getting my mojo back. Life's very busy, thankfully. So I've got to start trying to fit in my videos. I can't promise that I'll produce one every week, but I will try and step up my game a little bit and do more than I have been doing of late. Anyway, enough of that. Today's card is this. It is a mixture of the technique that I like, absolutely love, still love the vellum with the alcohol inks. Absolutely love them. And I've mixed together Daffodil Delight and Soft Succulent, and then I have included some beautiful new stamps out, which is the Honeybee Home. You can see the bees there, which I've stamped and heat embossed. Don't know if you can see, they're all shiny. Mind you, they have got Wink of Stella on their wings, because you knew that I would do that. So I've used that. I've used Blessings of Home for the sentiment, and it fitted absolutely perfect across there. That was more luck than judgment. And I've also used the Honeybee Bloom dies for the flower, or this one here, which is this one here. I don't know if you noticed it. I've Winked of Stella the tips as well, give it a bit of sparkle. I didn't give the whole card a sparkle, just bits and pieces. I'm working up to using my sprays again. Yeah, so that is today's card. I'm going to show you how I've put it together. I have prepped most of the stuff beforehand because everything, as you know, takes time, so I didn't want to keep you all waiting. Okay, so that is the card for today. You're going to need a piece of vellum, and I cut mine at a normal, what I would use as a normal card base, which is 14.8 by 21. I've used Daffodil Delight and Soft Succulent. Now listen, before I take the top off, I don't want any of you to be judging me with the state of the bristle. Okay, I use this one deliberately because I can't use it on anything else. Look at the state of it. Look, it is as fluffy as fluff. Don't ask me how, I don't know, but it's perfect for this. I'm not going to be using it on other things, so I'm just laying down some yellow all over. You've seen me do this, loads of people do it now. I first did it in the summer I think it was last year, it could have even been the year before. But I just like to put it everywhere. And then I'm going to use the Soft Succulent with it. Such a lovely method. I'm going to leave some white spaces. I think you need some white on it as well. Don't want it all to be coloured. Of course, you can use any colours you like, but I just thought yellow would go with my bees. I forgot to mention as well that the piece of card that I've got here has been dry embossed with the I presume it's just called Hive. Yes, the Hive 3D embossing folder. That's all I've used for that. And then I actually embossed a Stitched So Sweetly die, which is, well, I can't show you that one there, which is this one. I used the largest one on the card. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Right, we've got this far. Now I've got my little pot, literally just a little pot with some Isopropanol. Just got it off of, I got this one actually off my daughter-in-law. She had a big bottle, as you can see, a huge bottle of it that she used to use. I don't know what she used to use it for, but she gave it to me. So now I'm using it up on my crafting. But I've just put a little piece in a tiny little tumbler because you don't need much. And I must remember to wash my brush out this time because that was quite stiff then when I put it in there. I'm going to get the brush soaking wet, and then I'm literally just going to bash it against the side of a pen to try and create some patterns on my vellum. I absolutely love the way it does this. You almost get perfect circles when they first drip. I don't want too much of the harsh lines from where I've drawn on there. I think I'm nearly done actually. So I really don't want, I could have just dabbed it like that. You don't have to tap. I just thought I'd do something different this time. So I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll get on with other things while I'm waiting for that to dry. It dries pretty quickly. Alcohol in it. I need to wipe my desk down now. It's good for cleaning your desk though. So got that all off. The sun's actually shining now, which is nice, which makes a change. It was raining about a couple of hours ago. The sun's actually come out. Anyway, don't waffle. Right, I've got a base card which I've cut I put the long side, the short side at the top of my cutter, and I cut it at 5 3/4 of an inch. And then I turned it and cut it at 11.5, I believe. Is that right? 5, 10? Yes, 11.5 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to score. Oh, just trying to pick my cutter up. I'm going to score it, the left-hand side, at so it was 5, wasn't it? And it's 2.5 is 5, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 2 7/8. 2 7/8. Okay, that's where you are going to score, on the left-hand side. And then I'm just going to fold that over. You need to give it a good burnish as well, so that it actually stands correctly. And closes properly too. Alright, I'm using the extra thick cardstock for my card base. You know I like to use white as my card base. It's not often that I do use different colours. Anyway, that's that. So while that's still drying, I still think it's still a little bit wet, so I'm just going to leave that. I've cut a piece of Daffodil Delight, which measures, I'm going to do it in centimetres. That's 8 centimetres by 11 centimetres. If you want it in inches, it's 3 1/8 by 4 and I don't know, let's go 4 3/8. Doesn't really matter, it doesn't have to. That is your piece of white card that has been embossed. It's funny, in the camera it still looks embossed, raised both sides. But I'm going to use the side, the debossed side. That's going to go onto here. And then you need to cut yourself a circle which I cut from the what's it called? I can never remember, can I? The Stitched Shapes dies. They're still my favourite, and I should be keeping them forever. Yes, you need the largest circle. I've actually, reason I haven't shown you is because I've got it all set up ready on my Stamparatus, but I've done the largest white circle, and then I've cut a strip which measures about 1, 2, 3/8 by a strip. I don't know exactly how many. 13 centimetres I've done it there by the looks of it. And I've set up my sentiment, which is from the Blessings of Home, that one. You don't have to use that. And I've also set up my 3 bees, which are on the front here. So that's why I didn't have a piece cut there. Okay, so I'm going to do my stamping next. And I'm going to ink up my bees first. Well, actually, I might as well do the whole lot. Whether it'll work, who knows? Who knows? Ready? Hold your breath. Right, I'm going to use my super duper tool. This is this helps you put a nice even pressure over your stamps. We actually make these, well, say the royal we, it's actually my husband makes these, and they are actually on my website, on my blog rather, for purchase. Now I'm not really happy with the bees. They're not they've not been inked up brilliantly. So the fabulous thing with this is that you can go back and do it. I obviously didn't lay down enough ink on it because there's plenty of pressure going on here. Perfect, absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to go and pop these magnets are so strong, pop these in some embossing powder. I'll be back in a second. You can talk amongst yourselves for a minute, just while I'm doing this. I'm going to heat these up now, so I'm going to be off camera for just a few minutes. You can certainly hear me though. Whoa, just drop one on the floor. Okay. Oh, the bees look lovely. Sorry about that. I know it's very noisy, which is why I didn't do it up near the camera. So we've got our sayings and our bees. Look at our bees shine. Love, love, love. Right, I'm going to pop this out of the way because it I need to clean it, so I don't want it messing anything up. Right, so I've got my stamping done now. I could just quickly colour. I'm not a colourist. I am rubbish at colouring, but I'm just going to colour where I think it should be coloured. Hey ho, if it's wrong, it's wrong. That's what they look like to me anyway when they're flying past me. don't like, say I don't like bees. I'm scared of them. I think most people are. Well, a lot of people are. I know it's the wasps that are the evil ones. Right, here we are. Got this. We need to trim this down now. Bear in mind it is 5 and, what did we say? Our card is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I want to cut it at 5 1/2. I can take that out. And the thing is, this fits exactly onto your card. So 5 1/4. Which way do I want to go? Now, I'm just trying to decide which piece I want on the left, which I think is going to be this one. So do that way first. So I want to go 5 1/2 because it is 5 3/4. And I don't think I need to cut too much more. I just need to trim the bottom, which again will be 5. I'm going to do that way. 5 1/2 again. Ooh. I keep all my scraps, even bits like this, just little strips, because they make nice little additions to cards. So that one's done inside. This one needs to be 5 1/2 as well. Keep that. I've got a big wallet, a plastic wallet full of all my bits from Inky, doing Inky stuff. Well, I'm going to turn that because I actually want that side. I want these bits to show through. And this bit's going to go on here. I think I need to trim this bit down. I do. I need to take about half a centimetre off there. Perhaps I won't keep that piece in half a centimetre. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Just needs to come up a little bit. So now I've got to glue this down, and I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow on the back, and I'm going to rub it in. I'm going to get nice and sticky, but I don't want it to show through. What we got in here? Right. I think I've got a blockage up there actually, because it's not coming out very fast. You know what'll happen, don't you? You'll move it and then... So I don't really want the glue to show through, even though it dries clear. I don't want it to show through, so I'm just gonna... And I'm gonna pop that onto my card. I've got a bit of fluff there. Oh. Now this should have a nice border around the outside. And I'll never get it on straight, you know that. You know me by now. It's not straight. Not happy unless it's straight. That will do. Okay, I'm happy with that. What a beautiful colour. I don't know if you can see, but it's absolutely beautiful colours. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, now I'm going to put some glue on this side. Yeah, if I unblock this now and try and do it, you bet your life there'll be a nice big blob come out, so I'm not going to attempt that. I'm just gently rubbing over. I don't do this very often. I only do it on this stuff because I really don't want any blobs showing through. Right. Why can I never get it straight first time? There we go. That's pretty already, isn't it? I love it. Absolutely love it. I haven't done the alcohol technique for a little while. Maybe that's what I needed to do to get my old mojo up and running again, because I really love the abstract patterns. Right, waffling. I'm going to connect this one now to the the yellow. I'm not going to dip my finger in this one. Try and get an even border. I don't think it's a complete, it's not exact measurements for this one, if you know what I mean. Right, there you go. That will do me. And that is going to sit on there when you've put the bits on the front. So then I have my bees that are now all beautifully coloured in. Took me all of 2 seconds. And I'm going to now put some, what do you call it? What do we call them? Dimensionals on the back. If I can find them, they are out on my desk somewhere. They're probably under something. Why, oh, why does that always happen? Yes, they are underneath. So I'm going to put quite a few on here because I don't want it to collapse. Oops. Because they do, don't they? They collapse on you. And they go all funny shape. I don't want that to happen. So there's quite a few on here. Probably overkill, but I prefer that. One more, I think, just about there. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Stop. I'll take all these off. Yes, my weeks are very, very busy now. I've taken on doing a farmer's market locally. I don't expect too much from it because it's quite a small village. The population is quite aged. You know, they're all senior people. So yeah, I just thought I would go along and show people the products. You know, I have my products out on the stall. I have cards that I've made that I sell, which I've been quite lucky at the moment. Yeah, just trying to introduce them to card making, basically. I've had a few people have a look, you know, but no bites yet. But having the looks good, isn't it? So we'll see. I shall persevere. I go with my daughter. My daughter has a sweetie. Well, it's not her stall. She does it for her daughter, my granddaughter. So I'm just cutting this up. Yeah, she has an old-fashioned sweetie store where she does a pick and mix and little cones and things for sweets, which are popular. Anyway, I need to put some black on here now. So I'm just going to layer this up. I'm hoping actually I've got a piece of black in here that I haven't got to do too much measuring. Because if you noticed, I cut that freehand I daren't try and cut that with my cutter because I mess it up. And that, oh, look at that, that's absolutely perfect. So I'm going to stick that on first to the black, and then I'll cut it. So you can see I made a mistake on that one, but I didn't throw anything away. Oops. Yes, I've got to get this all loaded up and done so that it goes out this evening. And hopefully, because I've noticed a few people have unfollowed me, probably because of my inactivity. But say I wasn't in a very good place, so I preferred just to stay off social media for a while. I'm still not, you know, I used to go on Facebook and all that all the time, but I'm not doing it quite so much. Mind you, there's not a lot of activity that goes on Facebook anymore. I think people are changing their views about Facebook. But I have a quick look at what's going on, and there isn't very much going on. And to be fair, I like to watch other crafters, so I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of glue, which I always do, on the back of my dimensionals so that I have a tiny bit of wiggle room, because Tombow sticks hard and fast. Right, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to put some glue just down this edge. I measured it, didn't I? Look, and I've written on the back what it was. So I need to do that. It's okay. So now I want to make sure I've left space for my flower. Yep. Just try and get it central. Okay, I am happy with that. And I'm just going to put a few dots of me Tombow on the leaves. Try not to be too heavy-handed with your glue, otherwise you will spoil it. You just spent all this time doing this beautiful card, only for you to mess it up with glue. Can't find my tweezers. Here we go. I wish Stampin' Up still did these tweezers. They're so good. They're my favourite tweezers, actually. I perhaps didn't put a bit on there. Oops, sorry if I knocked the camera with my head. There we go. And that's it, really. I'm just going to add my final touches. You know what's coming, don't you? A wink of Stella. And all I'm going to do with my wink of Stella is just pop a few bits on here. I know you probably can't even see the difference, but I can. That's all I'm going to do, just those three. So it actually looks like it's a flower. And then I'm going to do the bee's wings. And I think that is quite a pretty card today. I'm very pleased with it. So there you have it. Sorry, look at the mess I've made. I make a terrible mess when I'm crafting. I hope you have enjoyed watching that. I say that it's a fabulous method. I absolutely love using the alcohol inks and the pens. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, thank you very much for stopping by today to see me do this. I do hope to be with you a bit more. As I say, I can't promise it'll be every week, but I'll certainly do more than I have been doing of late. yeah, if you want to contact me, don't forget all my details are down below under the See More. I'll have a link for my little stamp. I call this a stamping buddy because he's my buddy, to go on your, to use with your stamping platform. My blog, I've got a blog at Twink Stamping, all one word, .co.uk, and there you will find the written details of this card, and obviously my YouTube, you're watching it, and that's about it. So thanks again all for coming, and I'll see you hopefully either next week or the week after. Bye now.